Well, hello everybody. This is Jason, the Zombie Collector, and I am doing a flea market find video. Me and a friend of mine, Ryan, who lives right here close, we love going and searching at flea markets and antique stores, pawn shops, Goodwill, and that kind of stuff. And I picked up like 20 DVDs and Blu-rays. But don't worry, guys, I'm not doing all 20 on one video. I'm going to break it up in half and half. And they're all a buck a piece, which is about the going right here in Indiana, or at least in my part of Indiana. I also did our first recording of our new podcast, me and John. And so I'm so excited about it. We kind of picked up right where we left off 11 years ago. Him and I were talking about our previous podcast we did all those years ago called Gut Munchers. We did 47 episodes of Gut Munchers. That's crazy. I never thought we did that many. I wasn't on every episode, so don't cry. I was on quite a few of them. So I'm going to start leaving his link to his website on all my videos. One, to give him some more traffic that people might be interested in just movie reviews in general, because he writes 2 or 3 a week. But also that's going to be where the podcasts are loaded up. The previous ones he's releasing from the vault. Gut Munchers and a new action one we're doing now. A couple episodes ago I talked a little bit more about it. But definitely check it out. I really would appreciate any kind of feedback, constructive criticism, pros, cons. I can handle it. It's what makes us better. We even talked about a little bit, maybe like asking for maybe some suggestions on films to watch. We can get a consensus. We might even do like some kind of contest with what movie people want us to review, and we might do that. But we got some good ideas coming up. The first one I will tell you that will be released this Thursday. I don't know if I mentioned that. Thursdays are going to be when we're going to release the video. The episodes on the podcast. We're going to usually do them on Thursdays the week before. He'll edit them over the weekend. And then we thought release them on the following Thursday is good, so people can listen to them either at work or over the weekend if they have downtime. So they kind of have a couple days to choose to listen to them. I believe most of the episodes will be in that hour range. Maybe a little bit less, could be more. But I think it's pretty digestible. So with that being said, guys, definitely give it an old listen when you get a chance. So the first movie I picked up was a box set called The Fallen Angels. So we have 3 different films. Trying to get the light off of there. You have Legion, Priest, and Gabriel. And so, this here, you have lots of different options, lots of different movies here. I actually just sold not too long ago Priest for like $4 or $5 on eBay, but now I got to pick it up again. So I'm pretty pumped about that. I seen Legion, it's been a while, and I don't believe I've ever seen Gabriel. So it's sealed, never been opened. So that's pretty cool. So that's a good one to hold on to. Next up is a 96 Demi Moore, The Seventh Sign. All of us 80s and 90s kids remember Demi Moore as a young ingenue. She was doing lots of stuff with like the Rat Pack. The Brat Pack. What was I thinking? She was hanging out with Sammy Davis Jr. The Brat Pack. She did quite a handful of 80s like teen movies. Like St. Elmo's Fire, I think she was in, stuff like that. But this is kind of like one of her more adult roles when she started trying to break away from the more teenager stuff here in the mid-90s. So I don't remember. I believe this is kind of like I want to say like supernatural, like had like a religious themes or something in it. It says a slick combination of The Omen and Rosemary's Baby. This movie turns these classics inside out. So there you go. So that gives you a little brief synopsis of it. This is the widescreen edition, which is my only way I want to watch my movies unless there's no other option. Next up is Jerry Seinfeld. I'm telling you for the last time, live on Broadway. I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. If you've not seen Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, that is an absolute amazing show. I believe it's on Netflix now. It initially started out on Cracked? I can't remember. Was it Cracker? Was that what the name of the streaming service was? I'm not for sure, but initially started out on that. And then Netflix must have bought it, and then they have it now. And I'm not a Netflix fan. I stopped watching Netflix after the whole Cuties thing. Like, I'm done with that. But with that being said, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee is what you can stream it on there, I guess. I might have to look for it elsewhere now that it's on there. Maybe it's on YouTube. But anyways, this was pretty good. wasn't one of his best stand-ups, but it's pretty funny. I just like the way his humor is very like, is it observationalist? He does lots of really good humor by just observing people and situations and just kind of coming up with like just great one-off statements and just scenarios using these like inanimate objects, talking about airplanes like in this one, and talking about everything being small in an airplane, and talking about horses, and just really good. I like it. And the other thing about Jerry Seinfeld is, he has pretty clean humor. I mean, sometimes he gets a little bit raunchy, but nothing like most other comedians. So, he might do some innuendos, but he's not like up there just like MF in this and F that, and he's not doing that, which I appreciate because I believe his humor doesn't need that. And I believe you can just get as many good jokes and laughter out of people without being over the top with just like the language and the vulgarity. So I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, and I like that stand up quite a bit. This one I haven't seen since 90. That movie came out in 98. So he talks a little bit about Clinton in that, but not a whole lot towards the very end. Next one up is Patriot Games, starring Harrison Ford. Also in this is James Earl Jones and Archer, Richard Harris, I believe, yes. And I haven't seen that since it came out in 90, I believe, 2. But, I mean, I'm a huge Harrison Ford mark, so I definitely want to see this again. The one cool thing about this is a French version. So this actually probably was a Canadian release. It was Quebec. And that's actually a theme of some of these movies I picked up over the past week. A guy must have got them either in Canada, or I don't know how he was able to obtain them. But I have quite a few that have French also, as well as their English counterparts. That you see underneath the English is the French right there. So Patriot Games, great movie. Next up, I just bought this purely because I could sell it for like $16. I don't know anything about it. It was like a low rent Skinamax flick from back in the day. A Bold Affair. I'm not going to be able to talk anything about it. I'm going to probably just flip it. I have no interest in watching it. But it is a movie that has, like I said, a few sells. I got it for $1, selling it for like $16. I'll take once fees are all gone, I'll take like a $14 profit. This was a Region 2. I couldn't believe I found this. So this is a European release of Rambo First Blood Part 2. So the reason I picked this up is, one, it's $1, and two, I don't see this. I've never seen this cover before. It's pretty cool. A European release. When I say Region 2, this may or may not. Some people may wonder on some of the movies. If you ever look on the back of your DVDs or Blu-rays, it'll tell you on the back. A lot of times you'll see like a little Earth, and it'll have a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Or sometimes it'll have the number, the word all. If it has a 1 or all, you can play them in American DVD players. But if it has a 2, 3, or a 4, I think those are the other ones. You can't play them unless it's an all region player, or you have a DVD player from that country or that region. So this won't play in a regular DVD player unless you have an all region an all region or a region number 2, which is, again, for America, it's unusual. An all-region play, you'd have to buy it specifically 9 times out of 10 online. And that's the same that goes for Blu-rays. Blu-rays, I believe Region A is America, and then I believe they have all-region Blu-ray players. There's also Region C, D, B, C, and D, I believe. Next up is a George Clooney directed, I think it's first directed film, Good Night and Good Luck. This is going to be a very slanted, liberal, kind of sticking it to the conservatives and, a conservative politician movie, but it's an all-star cast. It's filmed all in black and white. And I like history. I like, my views to be, I like to be informed, even though this is obviously slanted towards a very liberal perspective. I still enjoy movies and I want to see what it has to say. I've heard really good things about it from multiple places and sources. So, you know what? I'm man enough to handle it. I like to watch it. And like I said, there's an all-star cast. And for that reason alone, it's worth $1 in a view. Next up, man, how many times did all of us in the 90s grow up playing GoldenEye on our Nintendo 64, I should say. And this is an old snapper case. I hadn't seen this in forever, but I'm super pumped about it. There's the inside of it. But I'm super, super pumped about picking this up. So you have GoldenEye. This is the first, I believe, James Bond with Pierce Brosnan in it. I think this is the first time the audiences are introduced to this James Bond. You have Famke Jensen there. I think she's a Bond girl. Sean Bean's in this. And let's see if anybody else. Nope, nobody else really sticks out in my mind. But anyways, this was like the very first one. I do enjoy this. I believe Pierce Brosnan, aside from Sean Connery, are my two favorite James Bond actors, for sure. And the last one, I didn't even know this even existed. This looks like so cheesy, so terrible. Like, it's probably going to break my DVD player when I put it in. But I couldn't pass it up because it's a mix of horror and wrestling. And for the ones who might already know what I'm getting ready to show, this is Monster Brawl. Not Monster Brawl, but Monster Brawl with an L. As you can see here, this ridiculous looking creature looks like kind of like a poor man's Frankenstein or something, with the bolts in his neck and the metal teeth and God knows what else, and like he's leaning in for an attack with a severed face that's all been stitched back together. But you have Dave Foley, Art Hindle, Robert Mallet, Jimmy Hart, Jimmy Mouth of the South Hart, Lance Henriksen, what? And Kevin Nash. Big sexy Kevin Nash is in this. So I'm sure, like I said, this is a big old dumpster fire of a movie, but I couldn't possibly pass it up. I couldn't pass it up, guys. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you think about it, because I'm sure, like I said, it is awful. But I couldn't pass it up. So that will end this video with Monster Brawl. Not to be confused with Monster Brawl. But let me know what you think, guys. Again, thank you for checking out the video. I ask you please to go check out the podcast that John and I are doing. And you can either let me know here, or I don't know if John will have something where you can talk to us via his website or whatnot. I might ask him. I think he might have a Facebook page I can link also, so people can go to the Facebook page and kind of get updates that way. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about the movies. And until next time, peace.